Believe, believe, believe. Ladies and gentlemen, believe. Believe are shaping up our life. Your life, my life. But what this? What is this? What is this belief? In this video, I am going to tell you a terrible truth about belief because this is important. Every one of us is talking about belief. Every single person is talking about belief. This guy is saying, I believe that. This guy is saying, I believe that. No one knows the truth. What is belief? And today, I am going to tell you what belief is. I have written this thing in my book, and that is what exactly I am dictating it, and at the same time I am going to explain it because this is important. This is going to change your life. The way you think about everything will change. This is my promise. This is my guarantee. The way you think about everything will change. So let's see what belief is. Quote in: belief is assumption or opinion or expectancy which has not yet been proven as universal truth and not seen as truth, but we assume it. We make opinion, we make expectancy and accept it as universal truth. That is a definition of belief. But this is not all about it. There is a lot of explanation of it. How does it work? So I'm going to tell you, explain you everything. This video is a little bit longer. It will take up to 15 minutes to complete, but stay here. It will change your life. This is guarantee. With 100% guarantee, this will change your life. So let's see. Words play very important role in our life. Belief is one of the word we often use. It hurts here, it hurt here to say that it is an assumption, opinion or expectancy, but that is true. And in most of the cases we don't have proper understanding and clarity of whatever we believe in, and so in many cases we fall into argument with other people. One person say, I believe in this, another person say, I believe in that, and they both fire their supportive arguments in support of their beliefs, but no one is talking about the truth. No one is supporting the truth, and that is where the problem exists. And that is where your life start to shatter. Ladies and gentlemen, believe. And the truth is only one. We can see belief is of two types. Here I am dividing belief into two types. First is opinion or assumption belief, and second is expectancy belief. Opinion belief comes into picture when we talk about any information as true or false, or in many cases we assume things around. So that is where assumption or opinion kind of belief comes. Most of the time such assumptions and approval happens as a silent subconscious phenomena in our mind, and we don't get a chance to become aware of the mechanism, and it got imprinted within us via some silent voyage. There is a play of mind and psychology in picture, ladies and gentlemen. When we assume and accept any information as true, this information becomes the first level reference point in our memory from which we take reference information and come up with opinion and tend to make decisions, actions and reactions. This become a first level reference point for our decision makings, for our action, for our reaction. And this is belief, this is opinion, this is assumption, this is not a truth. And that is important to understand. However, we still call this opinion as our belief, and we deliver work like, I believe in paranormal life. A second person will say, I don't believe in paranormal life, but truth is different. If there is a difference, there is a difference when a ghost appear in front of you, then you will not about, I believe in ghost or I don't believe in ghost. Then you talk about the ghost. You don't even talk about the ghost, and ghost talk about something else. This is important to understand. This is not a joke. This is reality of our life. We just talk about beliefs. We never talk about reality. We never found reality. So we are continuing. Prominent reason that lead to opinion belief are our previous experiences, our knowledge-based derivation and information repetition. As we live life, we experience it. Hence, we develop memories, right? Inside our mind, we develop memories, and those memories becomes our historical reality in our mind. Some people have tendencies to consider them as a reference point for decision making and taking actions. This is one way we develop opinion beliefs. Another way is stories that we hear, read, watch, and they become opinions, or forged information, you can say, or assumption belief. For some people, they become the reference point for our decision making. We watch some movie, we read some stories, and sometimes those things become a reference point for our decision making. But truth is still not there. For some people, belief becomes stronger and live in their mind as the first dominant emotion in their response mechanism. So we see some people, this is important, so we see some people are more reactive in behavior than others, and for one thing or another reasons that is there. A significant way people develop opinion belief is by derivation from knowledge or theories. We all receive knowledge from many places, we read theories, so, and we develop opinions based on that. But still theories are still theories. Knowledge is still knowledge. But truth is a different thing. Other ways of development of opinion, assumption, belief are the repetition of information in any form of reading, writing, seeing, watching. If we watch something again and again, if we read something again and again, then somehow that becomes our belief, right? Every sense contains information. When something happened to those senses, whether we read via eyes, whether it can be a touch, it can be a hearing, it can be anything. So something happened to our touch, information goes in, and if we repeat those things again and again and again, then that becomes a reference point for us to take actions. And this is important to understand, that many of the affirmations that we do, or visualization kind of things that we do, they also talk about this repetition things. Repeat this thing again and again and again unless it becomes your belief, right? So they're also, so that way, that is the one way you install, you can say, belief in your mind, by repetition of information. But belief is still a belief. The second type of belief, the expectancy belief, is the representation of the faith. Now we're talking about expectancy. It is the representation of the faith, of the level of faith and confidence in ourselves to be able to do something or not on other people. So as a classic example, of a student and teacher. If a student says, I believe in myself that I will pass the exam, and or teacher says, I believe in this student that he will pass the exam with distinction in math, in these cases it is expectancy form of belief that they are talking about. They both are making an expectation. They both are making an expectation, right? But expectation is an expectation. In this case, it is expectancy form of belief that they are talking about. Irrespective of whether it is assumption, opinion, expectancy, it is true that still things are not proven as true. But I want to tell you something about this classic example of expectation. I have seen many of my friends and many children and many teachers and many parents. They do a lot of expectations, and their kid goes to exam with a lot of expectation, with a lot of confidence, false confidence, and then what happened? They fail. Then what happened? They shattered. Then what happened? They fail again. And then what? Beliefs, all these things are really dangerous things. So, but once we see the truth, it is no longer valid. The scope of the word belief in our mind and conversation is only till we see the truth. But once we see the truth, it is no longer valid. And then we talk about truth. When we see the truth, we talk about the truth. What do you think why we have this discussion about belief here? It is because most of us, listen carefully, why do we have this discussion here? Why I'm talking about belief? Why I have written this thing? It is because most of us today are living in assumption. These assumptions make our life limited and force ourselves living inside a self-made mental prison. These assumptions make us fall into stupid arguments, and it breaks relationships and it breaks connections. This is a dangerous thing. We have to see assumption as assumption. We have to see opinion as opinion. We have to see expectancy as expectancy, and we have to see truth as truth. Here is a code, very important. Belief transfigure into curse. The moment you accept any untrue as true, this is dangerous, and this curse is difficult to undo, because once belief becomes a part of your inside system of reality, you are not ready, and you yourself become the person who doesn't want to undo the curse. It sucks a lot. It sucks a lot when a part of us sucks us, and we don't know the truth that this part that sucks us is a part of us, and we look for the problem outside and we never find the problem outside. By now you have a better idea of what beliefs are and how we mess up with this word and with our life. At least now you can dig upon to find the roots and do some investigation about your own belief, assumptions, opinion, expectancy, whatever they are, and see, right, if that are good or bad, see they are right or wrong, if they work or not, they're meaningless or meaningful, what are they? Do some validation, do some investigation, and find out if you are living in any self-made prison. Find out if you are living in any self-made prison, and if yes, then find out how you could and you would escape. Then you have to find out the escape. Ladies and gentlemen, belief and truth. So with that, I'm ending this video, and I'm going to come up with a lot of videos in philosophies, psychologies, motivation, inspiration, and the many things that I have done research from last 10 to 15 years. I have been doing all this kind of research on mankind. So I hope you will like it and it makes sense to your life. And I hope that my videos is going to change your life. That's my wish. Have a great day. Have a great life. I will suggest you to subscribe the channel below if you think that my contents are good enough to make changes in your life. With that, see you in my next video, guys.